What if the daily walk you rely on for your health is only telling half the story of what your body truly needs? If you are over 60, walking likely feels familiar, safe, even comforting. It gives rhythm to the day, it clears the mind, it keeps the joints moving, and yes, walking is valuable. It supports circulation, it strengthens the heart modestly, it helps regulate mood, it connects you to sunlight, to neighbors, to your own thoughts. But after 60, the body begins to change in ways that walking alone cannot fully address. Muscle mass gradually declines, a process known as sarcopenia. Reaction speed slows, balance becomes less automatic. Bone density decreases, connective tissues lose elasticity, tendons become slightly stiffer. Joints may feel less forgiving in the morning. These shifts are not signs of failure. They are biological trends, and trends, when understood, can be redirected. The body does not stop adapting because you have crossed a certain birthday. It simply requires a clearer signal. Walking provides a signal, but it is a narrow one. It tells your cardiovascular system to maintain a certain rhythm. It asks your legs to repeat a familiar pattern. What it does not do is significantly overload your muscles. It does not meaningfully challenge your balance. It does not train your ability to generate force quickly. It does not stress bone in varied directions, and adaptation follows stimulus today. I want to explain 5 exercises clearly, practically, step by step, that do more for long-term strength, balance, and independence than walking alone. Not because walking is bad, but because these movements stimulate systems that walking barely touches. Listen carefully. Imagine yourself performing them. And as you do, reflect honestly. Which of these does your body need most right now? And as you listen, I invite you to share in the comments which exercise you feel ready to begin this week. Your reflection may encourage someone else. Many people read the comments quietly before they act. Your voice might be the nudge they need. And if you find value in this kind of calm, evidence-based conversation, not hype, not fear, but thoughtful guidance grounded in physiology, consider subscribing to this channel. We are building a space where aging is approached with intelligence and dignity. Let us begin. The first exercise. The chair squat. This is strength training in its most practical form. It directly trains the muscles. You use every time you stand up, from a chair, get off the toilet, rise from a car seat, or lift yourself from the edge of a bed. These are not gym tasks. These are life tasks. Here is how to perform it safely. Place a sturdy chair behind you. It should not slide. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Toes can point slightly outward, if that feels natural. Keep your chest gently lifted and your spine neutral, not overly arched, not rounded. Now, slowly bend your hips and knees. Push your hips slightly back as if reaching for the chair. Imagine you are lowering yourself with intention, not dropping. Lower under control until you lightly touch the seat. Then press through your heels and stand back up. In the beginning, you may fully sit and stand. That is perfectly acceptable. As strength improves, you can simply tap the chair and rise again. Without fully relaxing at the bottom, aim for 8 to 12 repetitions. Rest for about a minute. Repeat for 2 to 3 sets, 2 or 3 times per week. Why is this more powerful than walking? Because walking rarely challenges the large muscles of the thighs and hips, the quadriceps and gluteal muscles, enough to stimulate growth or maintenance. After 60, muscle fibers shrink without sufficient mechanical tension. The chair squat creates that tension. Research published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society and Position stands from the American College of Sports Medicine consistently demonstrate that progressive resistance training in adults over 60 significantly increases muscle strength and improves functional tasks like rising from a chair and climbing stairs. Landmark trial from Tufts University showed that even frail adults in their 80s and 90s improved leg strength dramatically after structured resistance training. More recent meta-analyses in medicine and science in sports and exercise confirm that hypertrophy, actual muscle growth, is still possible in later decades. When you perform this movement, you are not simply exercising. You are sending a message to your nervous system, to your muscle fibers, to your bones. Remain strong. Strength is not vanity. It is independence. The second exercise, the wall push-upper body strength often declines quietly. Because many daily activities are done at waist level or below. The arms and shoulders are undertrained. Yet think carefully, carrying groceries, lifting grandchildren, pushing open a heavy door, steadying yourself during a stumble, these tasks depend on upper body strength. Stand facing a wall. Place your palms flat against it at shoulder height and shoulder width. Step your feet back slightly so your body forms a straight line from head to heels. Engage your abdomen gently so you do not sag through the hips. Slowly bend your elbows and bring your chest toward the wall. Keep your body straight. Do not jut your head forward. Then press yourself back to the starting position. Perform 8 to 15 repetitions. Complete 2 to 3 sets. If this becomes easy, progress to push-ups against a sturdy countertop. Later, perhaps, against a bench, walking does almost nothing for upper body strength. Wall push-ups load the chest, shoulders, triceps, and even engage the core stabilizers. Resistance training has been shown in journals, such as Sports Medicine, to improve muscle strength across age groups, including those over 70. Additionally, mechanical loading stimulates bone remodeling. According to research summarized by the American College of Sports Medicine, resistance exercise can help maintain or modestly improve bone mineral density, particularly in postmenopausal women. Bone is living tissue. It responds to load. Without load, it becomes fragile. With appropriate progressive load, it adapts. When you press into that wall, you are not just strengthening your arms, you are reinforcing structural resilience. The third exercise, single leg. Practice balance is not an accident. It is a neurological skill. Stand near a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair for safety. Shift your weight onto one foot. Lift the opposite foot a few inches off the ground. Keep your posture upright. Avoid leaning excessively to one side. Hold for 10 to 30 seconds, then switch sides. If this feels too easy, slowly turn your head left and right while balancing. If it feels difficult, lightly touch the wall with one finger. The goal is challenge, not fear. Practice daily. Walking is rhythmic and predictable. Your brain does not need to refine micro-adjustments constantly. But when you stand on one leg, the small stabilizing muscles around the ankle, knee, and hip activate intensely. The inner ear, visual system, and proprioceptive receptors in your joints coordinate rapidly. A large systematic review in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that exercise programs, including balance training, significantly reduced fall rates in older adults. Tai Chi interventions, reported in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, have demonstrated reductions in fall risk ranging from 20 to 30% in some populations. Falls are not random events. They often result from untrained or under-challenged. Balance systems and balance can be trained. Imagine preventing a fall not by luck, but by preparation. The fourth exercise, sit to stand with speed, power, training strength, is vital. But power, the ability to produce force, quickly declines, even faster with age than maximal strength. Power is what allows you to react when you trip on an uneven sidewalk. It is what helps you regain stability when someone bumps into you in a crowded space. Sit on a chair with your feet firmly planted. Cross your arms over your chest if possible, from the seated position. Stand up slightly faster than normal, not explosively, not recklessly, but with intention. Once standing, slowly lower yourself back down under control. Repeat 6 to 10 times. Perform 2 sets, 2 times per week. The upward phase is quicker, the downward phase is controlled. Research published in the Journals of Gerontology has shown that high-velocity resistance training in older adults improves functional performance, such as stair climbing and chair rise time, more effectively than slow training alone. Comparative studies indicate that power-focused training leads to superior improvements in tasks. Requiring quick force production, you are retraining responsiveness. You are reminding your neuromuscular system that speed still matters. The fifth exercise. Interval walking. Now we return to walking, but with greater intention. Begin with a minute warm-up at your usual pace. Then increase your speed for about 1 minute until your breathing becomes moderately challenging. You should still be able to speak in short phrases, but not comfortably hold a long conversation. After that, slow down for 2 minutes. Repeat this cycle 4 to 6 times. Finish with an easy, cool dash down. Perform this 2 or 3 times per week. Research in journals such as Circulation and the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology has shown that interval training in adults over 60 can significantly improve VO2max more than steady walking alone. VO2max is a measure of aerobic capacity. It is strongly associated with lower mortality risk and improved cognitive health. Interval training has also been linked to improvements in endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of blood vessels, and metabolic markers. Steady walking maintains. Intervals stimulate adaptation. Why combination matters: chair squats strengthen the lower body, while push-ups preserve upper body and bone strength. Single leg balance reduces fall risk. Sit-to-stand power restores reaction speed. Interval walking challenges the heart and brain. Research and position statements from organizations such as the American College of Sports Medicine and the World Health Organization emphasize that multi-component exercise programs combining resistance, balance, and aerobic training are more effective for older adults than endurance training alone. The body responds to specificity. If you challenge only endurance, you adapt in endurance. If you challenge strength, balance, and power in addition, you preserve capacity across. Systems aging is not a single process. It is a series of adaptations, some positive, some negative. Exercise allows you to influence the direction. Now pause again. Which system in your body feels least challenged right now? Is it strength? Do you find chairs slightly harder to rise from than they were 5 years ago? Is it balance? Do you hesitate on uneven surfaces? Is it power? Do sudden movements feel slower? Or is it cardiovascular capacity? Do hills feel steeper? Take a moment, reflect honestly, and if you feel comfortable, share in the comments which of these 5 exercises you plan to begin this week. Specificity creates accountability. Writing it down increases follow-through. You might write, "I am starting chair squats twice per week," or "I will practice single leg balance every morning." Your comment might inspire someone who feels uncertain. And if this measured, science-based exploration of aging and adaptation resonates with you, I warmly invite you to subscribe. This channel exists to replace fear with understanding and passivity with purposeful action. Your body is still responsive, even now. Muscle fibers can grow stronger, neural pathways can refine. The heart can increase stroke volume, bones can respond to load, tendons can adapt gradually. But adaptation requires stimulus, not punishment, not extremes, not exhaustion, just consistent, intelligent challenge. Walking remains valuable. Keep walking. Enjoy it. Let it clear your mind, but do not mistake maintenance for progression. After 60, the goal is not to prove youth. It is to preserve capability, capability to rise, capability to carry, capability to catch yourself, capability to think clearly under physical stress. These 5 movements are not complicated. They do not require expensive equipment. They do not require a gym membership. They require attention. They require intention. They require the decision that aging will be guided, not drifted through. And so I leave you with a final reflection. Your body is always listening. Every movement you repeat becomes a message. If the only message is gentle repetition, the adaptation will be gentle. If the message includes strength, balance, power, and cardiovascular challenge delivered wisely, the adaptation will be broader. The question is not whether you are capable of change. The question is whether you are willing to send a clearer signal. Your next chair squat, your next controlled push against the wall, your next moment standing on one foot, your next intentional rise from a chair, your next brisk interval. These are not small acts, they are biological instructions. Message: will you give your body this week?